Hello, one and all, I'm GrimpaulCheese, and welcome back to Dark Souls. So we managed to kill Orsign Smoke by killing Smoke by merely poking his belly, and cleaving Orsign in two and getting his ring. The ring's ever so shiny, ever so beautiful, and ever so wonderful regarding lore and abilities. But we're not here to talk about that, no, we're here to examine what we have done. I mean, look at this. The pillars of this cathedral have been ruined. It's merely smashed in the dramatic fight we had. Sadly, everything's probably smashed, yeah, every single one of them. So within time, this beautiful cathedral will be collapsed, because I'm sure the only thing that's keeping the wall, well, intact, really, is either that, or the purely aesthetic. Well, regarding it hasn't collapsed yet, it most likely is the case. So, as we're admiring the place, we can admire the fine statues that lurk right here. As you can see, there's some silver knights with great swords. I haven't seen a great sword with, well, anything wielding great swords myself, but that's just me. We have the ever so beautiful goddess Guinevere and Gwyn. And obviously, Gwyn's firstborn, whose statue has most likely been ripped off, smashed to pieces, and probably eaten by many rats. I don't think rats eat stone, but in my mind they do. And sadly, once again, we cannot steal Gwyn's ever so beautiful, ever so shiny golden sword. If we could lug that around and club people with it, it would be wonderful, but sadly that is not the case. Now, we've explored the majority of this citadel, cathedral, however you look at it. The only place we have to go is, well, up this lift. Let's see if we can catch it quick, since it seems to have an automated mechanism taking it up and down. So here we are. We're all the way up here, and we could have a nice view. I'm sure if anyone was up here, they could just stand here, get some popcorn, and watch the dramatic fight. Actually, this is a fantastic view. Also, this railing is actually, well, not railing, what would you call this? I don't know, I'm going to call it railing for now. This railing's actually incredibly high. I mean, look how tall it is. Anyway, aside from weird architecture and weird gaps in the railing where someone could easily fall off and die, we shall have a look and to see if there's anything I'm missing. No, it does not seem to be the case. But what does seem to be the case is this bonfire. Now, before exploring any more of this place, what I want to do is spend 1,200, well, 4,000 souls on some nice levels. Now, I could get a number of levels here, so the first thing I'm gonna do is give myself 2 dexterity. I mean, as a given, right? And I might also give myself a bit of faith and a bit of vitality. I think having a good round stats is always a good thing, but that's just me, personally, and I could be mistakenly wrong. So what we're going to do is stick with this for now. I mean, I did have a good think about it. I mean, vitality's wonderful. I get a good, well, 26 bonus health, and dexterity's always nice. I mean, we do need 20 dexterity to wield that ever so wonderful great bow, which I haven't had a good look at yet, but I might do when, well, the time occurs for it. After all, everything is a time and place. I mean, also faith, for future inconveniences. I think that's good enough for me. I think so. So we'll stick with that. Why not? So there we go, we're level 68. And by being 68, well, that means really nothing, really, aside we're just a few levels higher than we were before. Now, there's this ever so ominous door, where everything that's kind of shaded, dark, with a giant stairway leading to it, where any stairway that's bigger than me is a giant staircase. That's what I regard anyway. So if we walk up here, in our ever so elegant armor, I mean, I don't think we could get any more prettier, really, especially with this helmet. I mean, we could be human. You know what? That might actually be worth doing. I mean, after all, we need to look how elegant. I mean, we never know what might be on that door, after all. So to be human for the time being, we'll probably get invaded almost instantly, mind you. But why not just look our finest, right? Exactly. So here we are. We are Mr. Fibbles. We're human again. And we've got those nice, lovely, chubby cheeks of ours. So now that we're human, we're most elegant as we ever be, since we haven't got polish, really. A nice good, well, polish to get rid of that silvery rust would be great, but sadly we do not have that. And we shall open this door, this wondrous wooden door. What's behind it, I wonder? Behind it is this giant woman. Now this giant woman, you'd think...
Thou hast journeyed far, and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child.
As I was saying, you'll probably think, wow, how does she get through that door? I was thinking the exact same thing. She probably is the god, after all, the Guinevere, and the main thing that most people will probably think is she has the ability to adjust her size any way, shape or form. The head, her hair, her legs, her hands, among other things that we can clearly see. So let's go forth and talk to her.
O chosen undead, I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day Father his wounded obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lord vessel to thee. And beseech thee, succeed Lord Gwyn, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
Well, that's kind of interesting. So she just told us, hey, we should go kill her father because we can. And she'd been waiting for someone to come by, and she gave us a shiny bowl. Just to do that. Have you got anything else to say, my dear?
O chosen undead, thou hast journeyed far.
Yes, we have. Tell us about yourself, you ever so divine lady that you are.
Since the day Father is once...
No, she's just saying the same thing.
A great indeed, we had felt the warmth of fire, its radiance and the life it sustaineth. Without fire, all shall be a frigid and frightful dark.
So I skipped a few of that just because she said that already, and I skipped all the way up to that bit because, hey, we haven't heard about the dark yet. No one's spoken about any form of darkness. No one's actually spoken about the dark side before. With all this prophecy, and everyone expecting us, well, you should do it because you can, and all of that. No one's ever spoken about the prophecy of the dark side. I mean, obviously, everyone's chosen because we're the undead, after all. So what makes me so different from everyone else? I mean, we don't really know, do we? Everyone's saying, you're special, but what makes us special? How do they know that we are special? Is it because we're the first undead to come before this ever so voluptuous woman? I don't know. I guess we'll never truly know. Unless we do. Then we will know. Anything else to say, my dear?
Please, Father's role thou shouldst assume, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices. Kingseeker Frampt, the primordial serpent, shall guide thee.
Right, so she wants me to go talk to Frampt. I don't want to talk to Frampt. He smells. So that's basically everything relating to her. We could join her covenant. Her covenant is a very interesting covenant. I'll, in fact, join it just to show you what it's like. Let's abandon our former covenant. We haven't invested anything in the way of white. So we got the Ring of the Sun Princess by joining it.
Hereafter I, Guinevere, shall serve it as thine guardian. If thou so needest, I shall devote all to thine safety. May thou be one with the sunlight forevermore.
So we have joined her covenant. By joining her covenant, all it allows you to do is, well, gain ability of casting 2 spells, and she doesn't even give us the spells. It's kind of annoying, really. So, being a part of the covenant, we are...
Now thou shalt go forth, chosen undead. May thou be one with the sunlight forevermore.
Yes, but as I was saying, being a part of the covenant really doesn't do anything, actually. It just allows you to cast 2 spells. We have a look at the ring, though, because after all, for everything relating to items in this game, it gives a bit more to the lore. So let's have a look of the Ring of the Sun Princess. If we look at the Ring of the Sun Princess and the Ring of the Sunborn, the Firstborn, it's interesting. So Miracle Synergy is when people cast 2 miracles at once, I believe. This ring is granted those who enter the covenant with Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn, and Princess of Sunlight. Their steady, warm ring boosts the synergy of miracles. The Princess of Sunlight, Guinevere, left Anor Londo along with many other deities and later became the wife of the flame god, Flan. That's rather interesting. So she left Anor Londo, did she? And later became a wife of the flame god. Then why is she here? Makes you think, doesn't it? You know what? If she is truly divine, I mean, a divine shouldn't take any real damage, right? I know I've just sworn to be a princess guard, to say, but I'm gonna be absolutely honest. What is the point of worshipping her if she's not even real, or even a divine god? After all, you're probably an imitation. Well, mind you, I'm probably utterly wrong, as the gods themselves are, of course, can manipulate their own physical stature and obviously appear wherever they want to be, and all of that. Yes, of course, I shouldn't think of my own delusions. Of course the princess is real, nothing could possibly mean otherwise, right? Right? Anyway, now we had the possibility of warping everywhere now, because of the Lord Vessel. We can go to the Firelink Shrine, Anor Londo, the Dark Moon Tomb, I don't know where the Dark Moon Tomb is, actually. Oh, I know where it is. Yes, never mind. The Depths and the Undead Parish. Now, we can go all three of all five of those places. And, to be honest, I don't want to go to those places just yet. Now, what I want to do quickly is have a look at the Lord Vessel, because it should be under a key. There we go. Sword Vessel granted to the Chosen Undead. Lord Vessel bestowed upon the Chosen Undead, who is destined to succeed Lord Gwyn. The Chosen Undead is granted the art of warping between bonfires. Open the final door, place this vessel on the Firelink altar, and fill it with powerful souls. So, we're doing some, well, evil black magic. We're going to sacrifice souls to this bowl and hope for the best. Makes me really doubt if they really want me to succeed. Lord Gwyn, one of the powerfulest figures known to mankind in this world, wouldn't he technically be powerful than her? Makes you really think, doesn't it? What would Lord Gwyn truly look like? What is true form? After all, the deities themselves are rather strange individuals, if you ask me, as they could basically look like whatever they wish to be. Now, aside from all of these weird, strange questions that are going through my mind right about now, there's one thing we should note, and that is the crippling black orb that we had. Now, we have a black orb. It was given to us by our ever-so-lovely friend, Lordric, so let's have a look at it once again. Now, where is this black orb? I don't know if it's in here exact. I know it's not in there. It's here. So, invader of the world who murdered the Firekeeper, defeat the perpetrator and reclaim the soul of the Firekeeper. The Black Eye keeps a constant watch on the city of the gods, Anor Londo. So, we have to basically find the murderer, and the murderer is here. I mean, who could be the murderer? I mean, it could be anyone we know, right? Ooh, pardon me. So, we have to kill these people once again. I mean, it's fun to kill the golems, even though they are very giant, very strange things. I wonder what keeps them animated. I mean, they are sentinels, of course. I mean, obviously it's the divine spark that flows through them that keeps us alive in the same way. I mean, humanity works in strange, different ways. Ow, I thought I would kill him. I mean, just look at his health. But apparently not. Apparently his shiny figure is stronger than he may look. Even at a tiny bit of his original strength, he's still as powerful as he once was. No! Stop it! No healing! I didn't drop anything. I should also remove the ring. I have equipped currently. Not that button. I went to go in here. I equipped the Ring of Protection just because smog hurts a lot. So, what should we wield for the time being? Well, what we should wield for the time being, well, should be the Gold Serpent Ring, as there's nothing else I really want to equip. Now, there's many places we can go from here on forth, and I mean plenty of different places. There's someone just standing there in another world. Now, being human, we are more interactive with the people who lurk in between worlds. We can see what many cannot see. Being human just merely disrupts the link, so to say. And here we go, here's another shiny man who's gonna slam his shield. Now, slamming shields is not that civilized, you know? And by doing so, you allow yourself to be slashed in the crotch just like that. No one wants to be slashed in the crotch. I don't care who you are or who you want to be, that is something that should never happen. Now, by doing that, we've cleared up the hole. Now, this black eye orb was quivering, so let's use it, shall we? Try invading the world of the Firekeeper's killer? Sure, let's discover who indeed killed, well, the Firekeeper. Searching the world of the guilty. Invading the world of the guilty is a spirit of vengeance. Invaded the world of Lordric the Guilty. So Lautrec all along murdered her. I mean, who could have guessed that it was Lautrec all along? And he seems to have friends. Now, because we are an invader and a spirit, we cannot heal, as you can see. My person just completely forgets. He has an absolute brain spasm just when he tries to think about it. Now, I believe we can eat humanity, if we actually wish to do as such, but we don't. Now, what we have to do is we have to avenge the Firekeeper, but by doing so, we have to kill these 3 people. Now, sadly, there's no way you can fight them one by one, because as soon as one's triggered, they all trigger. Like, for example, if I just appear behind here where only the mage can see me, nothing happens. Sadly, they all get triggered if you get too close, so we need to go ever so slowly, ever so slightly. Let's go towards here.
Well,
there we go. Now they're chasing after me.
but I thought wrong. 'Tis a terrible pity. Like a moth flittering towards a flame. You better. No? Don't you agree?
Oh no, backstab! Oh. Okay, oh god, I died. God damn it. I tried to be tactful, but sadly I got parried. That's one of the issues with fighting Lautrec, who dual-wields things that, well, are not too good for your shield. I should have really dual-wielded that ever so lovely greatsword. Now, unlike normal invaders, we no longer have to be human. Well, unlike invaders, sorry. You don't have to be human to invade his world. You could be human if you really wanted to, but it really serves no purpose. And by merely dying, nothing happens, because it's not our own world. We technically didn't die. He only did is severed the link between me and him. But you see, we have the Black Eye Orb. Now, the Black Eye Orb is a constant eye that watches him constantly. Now, I'm unsure if I can use it here. No, I cannot. I actually have to stand in this hallway right here. So I have to kill this man right about here. It's a bit saddening. I want to be his friend, really. I mean, he's shiny, I'm shiny. Obviously, all shiny people should unite and dominate the world together. I mean, after all, that's what an army is. Now, let's see if I can just get a good old... You need to stop healing. It's not nice. Stop it. Look at how much health he healed. That damn shield of his is just too big, I tell you. It's too big and too good. Stop it. Yeah, go on. There we go. Now you're gone. Now I can actually use... Actually, what I should do for the time being is I re-equip that protection ring, because we have to really protect ourselves against physical damage a bit more than normal. Now, what we could do is get rid of the nice-looking armor and go for some heavy armor. I mean, that's probably as good as anything else, really, so let's go for that for the time being. The heavy armor, of course, being black iron armor. Actually, how does it compare? Actually, compared to weight, they're both really the same in weight, so let's just go to the black iron armor for now. I mean, it's not too bad, is it? Where is actually the black iron armor? There we go. That's massive difference between gauntlet and that. And there's a massive difference between that. So the only difference that isn't between weight and defense happens to be the main chest plate itself. But now we look a bit daft, mind you, but we look like a warrior. We look like someone ready for battle, ready for war. And once again, we'll invade the killer. And this will probably be the last time I show it, just in case I do happen to just kill over and die all of a sudden. No one wants to watch me just keep going backwards and forwards, right? Unless you do. Then I don't blame you. But here we go. We're back here once again. And he's gonna taunt us that we're here. Alive. Once again. In his world. So once again I won't make the mistake of actually, well, having this weapon, well, two-handed. Well, not two-handed, I mean. So let's try and get him triggered again. Hello, don't mind me. So now they're going to try and follow me. The best strategy for this place is to get on this very stairway. By going on this stairway, you can, well, practically bottleneck them, as I tried to before. The main problem you have is that guy right there, who has a bit of an explosion thing, which he should not have. Now, as you can see, they have a lot of damage, and I mean a lot. And you are dead. Goodbye, my good, well, red cloth friend. Oh, should we also pay attention to that red cloth for later? And there's a shielded man. Now, shielded man has a spear. No spear for you. You just simply get cleaved in two. Now let's do a good old power attack. And both they go, just like that. And that's the wonder of the Black Great Sword. The guilty paid a price, returning with a souvenir of reprisal. And as we have avenged the Fire Lady. So by doing that, we have recovered the Firekeeper's soul, the Ring of Favor and Protection, and humanity. 5 humanity to be more exact, so replenishes our humanity ever so slightly. Now, we encountered 2 items that we never actually came across. We got the Souvenir of Reprisal. What's this? Blood drained, shrunken ear, souvenir taken from doing the guilty. The knights called the Blades of the Dark Moon, punish the guilty, soaked offenders of the gods, and take this as proof of their conquest. The airless corpse of the guilty will be left behind as a warning to others, inspiring both fear and respect of the gods. Such is the eternal mandate of the Dark Sun. So obviously, there's always a dark side to something, even though the sun is ever so luminescent, ever so beautiful, and ever so radiant. Apparently, it has got a shaded side. And that happens to be it. And we also got a nice, lovely ring. Now, this ring in particular is an amazing ring, and I'll probably use it at a later date, because it has a flaw. Now, this ring symbolizes the favor and protection of the goddess Finna, known in legends to possess a fateful beauty. This ring boosts the rare HP, stamina, and the max equipment load, but if it breaks, if it's ever removed. So if you try to remove it, it just shatters. So it's a one-time use thing, and you only remove it manually, so it's only if you want to go for a specific setup. Now, it is possible to get 2 of those rings. You may call me mad, but that is the truth. And by actually killing the ever so, well, guilty, the ever so irredeemably awful, the shiny brass man known as Lautrec, he is now dead, and he has left us a gift. Because he failed, and because his goal ended, because he felt the true guilt of murdering the ever so wonderful, the ever so harmless lady that is known as the Firekeeper of Firelink. Of Firelink, anyway. He has died, and he has given up. He crawled all his way up to here, and he, in fact, has left his armor. Now, if you killed him before now, you would not get his ever so wonderful, ever so shiny armor. It would simply not exist. Now, some people actually did notice, and it's actually one of the reasons why I didn't kill him when I first came across him. Now, the armor itself is pretty decent. It's like a lesser version of the Black Iron armor, a bit lighter as you can tell. But it's really known for one thing, Armor of Lautrec the Embraced, representing the god Finna's love. The arms of the goddess wrap round it as if to embrace the wearer. And every single piece of his armor says something different, like here. During his solitude he forsook everything, for he believed the goddess's love for him. So he was slightly insane. During his solitude, yes, says once again, and what about his leggings? Probably says the same thing. Yes, it does. Now, it's quite decent, the armor. I mean, one unique factor about it is you should look at the curse resistance of it. If you look at all the other pieces of armor we have here, there's only 3 pieces of armor that actually have curse resistance. That is the blood-stained skirt, the Favor leggings, and Havel's leggings. Now, those 3 specific pieces of gear have very good curse resistance, but not the best, mind you. We won't come across the best until way later. So that's useful to know for the time being. And also it's got very good poison resistance, as Havel's is what it lacks. Everything has its pros and cons. I mean, this is pretty good leggings, to be honest. Now, if we go actually just wear his armor, let's see how much it suits our hat. Now, oh god, look at the color difference. No, we're not going to wear that for now. We're going to stick with the Silver Knight armor. Actually, how's the Silver Knight armor with all of that? Looks a bit strange, doesn't it? Yes, it does. How about the leggings with the Silver Knight armor? Yeah, we're not having a gold, strange silver combination here. We're just going to go with pure that. I mean, we need to look elegant after all. So there we go. We managed to kill Lautrec and avenge the fallen Firekeeper. And by doing so, we can go straight back to the Firelink Shrine. So that's kind of useful. So let's just go forth and do that. We use, for once, well, this bonfire we have here. So let's go, shall we? So let's warp all the way down to the Firelink Shrine once again. Teleportation is wonderful. So here we are. Now, as we can see, our good old friend, Siegfried is here. Or Siegmeyer, no, Siegfried. Siegfried's from Soul Calibur, of course. I get those games mixed up all the time. Not really, I actually haven't played Soul Calibur in years. But anyway, all the way down here happens to be, well, what remains of the ever so wonderful, the ever so beautiful Firelink Bonfire Lady. Now, if we examine it, we can return the soul to her body. That is obviously the most honourable thing we do, and Mr. Fibbles is known for his honour and shininess. And there we go. We brought her back from the dead. Now, if we talk to her, she'll tell us some dramatic tales.
Thank you. I am Anastasia of Astora. Now I can continue my duty as a keeper. But I only hope that my impure tongue does not offend.
No, not at all, my dear. You don't offend me in the slightest. I mean, you have a lovely voice on you.
Forgive me. I am impure. My tongue never intended for restoration. Please, if you have any heart, leave me be. I wish not to speak.
I mean, that's perfectly fine. Do you want to say anything more before I leave you be? Perhaps you'd like a piece of chocolate. Now, to your tongue, you can taste the ever so wonder of some milk or dark chocolate. I don't know what you prefer. Maybe you prefer, well, a good old piece of white chocolate every now and then. I mean, strange people have known to like that type of thing.
Forgive me. I am impure.
No, she doesn't want to eat chocolate. That's perfectly fine. We'll leave you be, my dear. We do not have any Firekeeper souls since we gave it back to her. So he would dwell here, and we can just simply kick him off this ledge right here if we wanted to, but he's not. Now, there's one issue I did have, and that is I did miss a few conversations with Lord Trek himself. Now, if I came back after killing the Capra Demon, I could come back here and give him some souls and get a nice bit of conversation from him. We could have, but sadly that is not the case anymore because he's now dead. It's a sad thing, that, but it had to be done. I mean, after all, she died a silent death. She was a mute, after all, and she had to be avenged. Now, we're going to go talk to our friend all the way down here, but you see, we have another friend. Now, we should recognize that guy all the way there. He's kind of hidden. You'd think he's just a little hat on a twig, but he's not. Oh, he's not. Now, the first thing, obviously, we need to do is we need to talk to our ever-so-armored friend. He's helped us in the past, and we've helped him. So, hello, Siegmeyer. Yes, that's the word.
Well, fancy meeting you here. You did much for me up above. I am grateful. You know, I was thinking the gate, the old fortress. Was that your doing?
Why, yes it was. It was me the entire time.
Yes, I knew it. It seemed like an unlikely coincidence. Well, am I fortunate? This Knight of Katarina thanks you sincerely. Please, take this as a token of my gratitude.
And he given us our first true miracle, a mid-force.
There you are. I'll be heading down below shortly. There's nothing worthwhile up above. No worries. Venturing is my life. I'm prepared for the worst.
Of course, we'll prepare for the worst, and hopefully we'll meet you again. In fact, I'm actually thinking of going to the swamps. By any chance are you going to the swamps? Because I've got some stuff to do down there. Yes, stuff.
There you are. I'll be heading down below.
Now, he has got nothing different to say. Okay. Now, one thing you probably noticed is our friend right here has gotten off his log. He's gone. He's disappeared. Perhaps he's gone to fight the valiant fight. And perhaps one day we'll come across him. He'll probably be decked out in gold. Well, most likely. And, of course, happens to be Big Hack Logan. Let's see if his apprentice got anything. We rescued your master. I mean, are you going to repay us? I mean, you've probably got a lot of spells that you could give us, right?
Did you see them? The 3 young clerics headed for the catacombs to seek kindling. Kindling is the art of feeding bonfires. The poor young girl sent down into a tomb. What a terrible mission she is burdened with.
Well, yes, that lady was a bit uppity, mind you, so I don't mind if anything does happen to her, but it would be most awful if anything did happen. But anyway, Magic, have you got any rewards for me? I mean, I'm a good friend, I'm Mr. Fibbles, you're some strange hairy man who could give me loads of powerful spells with the power of your mind. And the power of your mouth, of course.
Oh, hello again. I was waiting to tell you. Master Logan has returned, and he tells me that he has you to thank. Well, we are both in your debt now. Thank you, sincerely. He's just over there. Go along and have a chat.
But maybe you would like to give me something. Something shiny, perhaps. Maybe? No? Just me, maybe?
Oh, hello. I appreciate the attention, but you really should speak to Master Logan. That will certainly do you more good.
Maybe it would, but hey, maybe you got a discount. Do you have a discount of anything? No, he doesn't. He just won't give me anything. You disappoint me.
Goodbye, then. Do stay safe.
I won't. So we're going to go talk to Logan right now. Logan, I mean. Now, one thing that I want to do for the time being is have a look at a mid-force, because it's the only, well, one of 3 spells that we picked up along our journey, and it happens to be something unique. An outline miracles, thrown into the ray of light, emits a shockwave, considered to be the alternate branch of force, emits an expanding shockwave orb. So basically you send like an orb, and it explodes, sending everyone flying. Now, it's a very awful thing to come across in player versus player when you're invading or being invaded, since it can send you flying into a lot of bottomless pits if someone's waiting to bottleneck you. Now, there is an ability called Wrath of the Gods, which is a force is emitted out of you rather than an orb that comes out of you. So you've got to be wary for those 2 things regarding miracles. So you have that to talk about. So we'll talk to Big Hat Logan, well, I think, next time. So see you then.